Pocket FM.
To unlock all the episodes, click the link in bio.
Trinity confronts a reflection of herself in the Void Heart, a test she passes by understanding rather than fighting. She then leaves a map for Rhys to 3 sanctuaries, where he must gather parts of her she's left behind. As Rhys faces a sorrowful beast in the first sanctuary, determined not to abandon Trinity again, the warlocks close in on her at the sanctum. Can Rhys defeat the beast and claim the first part of Trinity? What are these scattered pieces of her, and what power will they give him? Will Trinity survive the warlock's assault, or will Rhys be too late to finish it? Rhys, Vincent, and Juniper reach the first sanctuary, a desert temple buried beneath sands cursed by time. Rhys stepped into the sanctuary alone. The heat shimmered, voices cried out. A trial awaited, a memory. Trinity, bound, screaming his name. And a choice. Open the door and face the beast, or turn back and let the past rest. Rhys kicked the door down. Inside, a creature made of ash and sorrow waited.
And Rhys, with fire in his hands, screamed, "I won't leave her behind again." Rhys emerged from the sanctuary, the air around him pulsing with new energy. The first relic glowed in his hand, a ring scorched with old fire and etched in Trinity's original name, Seraphine. 1 down, he muttered. 2 to go. Back at the sanctum, Trinity and Alara stood atop the ramparts, watching warlock armies gather in the valley below. Banners of obsidian and blood waved in the wind. "They come to bury me," Trinity said. Alara handed her a blade glowing with ancient prophecy. "Then let them find their grave here." The storm broke. Rhys entered the second sanctuary, a cave of mirrors that reflected not light, but fears. Each reflection showed a version of Trinity failing, falling, burning. He closed his eyes. "I choose the one who stood." The mirrors shattered. A necklace lay on the ground, a crescent moon, cold to the touch. Another piece recovered. As the warlocks advanced, Trinity unleashed the Void Heart's magic, not to destroy, but to awaken. Spirits of fallen oracles rose behind her, wreathed in starlight. "You wanted a prophecy," she roared. "Here I am." The sky cracked, and the twin, her shadow self, emerged on the battlefield. Rhys approached the third sanctuary, an altar in a mountain hollow. There, he found an old woman. "You carry her marks," she said. "You carry her heart." She handed him the final relic, a shard of her memory, pulsing gold. "Then it's time," Rhys said. "Time I brought her home." Trinity and her twin circled one another. The battlefield trembled. "Only one of us survives," said the twin. Trinity raised her hands, "Then let it be the one who remembers everything." And in the distance, Rhys stepped into the light of the Convergence. Trinity could feel Rhys's presence, still distant but approaching like a pulse of light cutting through the darkness. The battlefield around her had gone eerily quiet. Even the twin, her mirror self, waited. "He's coming," Trinity said, eyes fixed on the horizon. Alara, injured but upright, leaned on her staff. "Then fight to hold the line until he does." The warlocks surged forward once more, magic crackling in the air. Trinity raised her hands, summoning the Void Heart's power, not as a weapon, but as a shield. And as lightning lit the sky, a storm whispered her name. Rhys stood at the edge of the battlefield, the 3 relics burning against his chest. The storm split open a path in the sky, and in its wake, the veil between realms shimmered. "She's through there," Rhys said. "Past the gate." Juniper stepped forward. "We go with you." But the relics pulsed, pushing everyone else back. Only Rhys could walk this path. He stepped through the gate. Mist swallowed him. Voices called from all sides. And then, Trinity's voice. "Rhys, don't forget who you are." In the eye of the Convergence, time stood still. Trinity faced her twin, blade in one hand, ancient flame in the other. "You think remembering will save you?" the twin sneered. "No," Trinity said, "but it will set us free." Rhys appeared behind her, the relics forming a crown of light over his head. The twin turned, shocked. "The Guardian." Trinity lowered her blade. "You don't have to be the darkness. We were made to break cycles, not repeat them." Rhys took her hand, and the battlefield ignited in gold. The battlefield, once a scene of chaos, now bathed in the golden light of Convergence. Trinity, flanked by Rhys crowned with the relics, offered her twin a path beyond darkness, a chance to break the cycle. The fight ended, not with a final blow, but with a choice and an incandescent hope. But as the light subsides, is the twin truly gone?
or merely dormant? What new world awaits Trinity and Reese, and what will their combined power unleash? Has the ancient prophecy run its course, or is this just the beginning? The dust has settled, but the future remains unwritten. What comes next?
Hey, I am Trinity. Want to know what happens next? Then click the link in the description below and download the Pocket FM app and listen to the exciting episodes of Chosen by Fate, Rejected by the Alpha.
Trinity scattered pieces of herself in 3 sanctuaries. Reese retrieved a fiery ring from a sorrowful beast in the first. In the second, a moon necklace from a cave of fears. In the third, a golden memory shard. Meanwhile, Trinity faced warlock armies and her shadow twin. At the Convergence, Reese, crowned with the relics, joined Trinity. She offered her twin redemption, and golden light erupted. Is the twin gone? What's their new world and power? End of prophecy or new beginning? What's next? The silence before the second surge of warlock magic felt like the hush before the world ended. Trinity stood in the ruins of what had once been her sanctuary, her eyes fixed not on the enemy, but on the distant edge of the storm. She could feel him now, Reese. Not just as a pulse of their bond, but as a piece of her soul returning to her. Alara knelt beside a fallen soldier, her hands glowing as she tried to stabilize the girl's flickering life force. "They know he's coming," she said, without looking up. "That's why they haven't unleashed their final wave." Trinity narrowed her gaze as the shadowed armies shifted. Her twin had disappeared into the mist after their first clash, but Trinity felt her moving through the ranks like a phantom. "Let them come," she said, voice like flint. She raised her arms, and the void heart pulsed in response. Threads of starlight and shadow wove a dome above the remaining rebels, shielding them. A single raven flew above the battlefield, circling. Trinity smiled. "He's close." Reese stood alone before the torn veil. Behind him, Vincent and Juniper had tried to follow, but the relics he carried repelled them, forming a protective barrier of light. "You have to do this alone," Vincent had said, touching Reese's shoulder before stepping back. Now the gate loomed before him. The wind whispered voices, Trinity's laughter, the screams of children, war chants. As he stepped through the veil, his body stretched and collapsed all at once. He emerged into silence. The world inside the Convergence was unreal, skyless, formless, filled with soft golden dust. Floating memories passed him like echoes of a life he might have lived. Trinity as a girl, holding his hand. Trinity as a warrior, dying on a battlefield. Trinity as a queen, alone on a throne. All possibilities, a voice said. It was his own. He turned. A version of himself stepped forward, crowned and bloodied. "What you choose here will echo forever." Reese clenched his fists. "I choose her." The veil shattered, and the battlefield roared back into being. Trinity faced her twin again. The shadow that had once been her mirror now shimmered with cracks of doubt. "You can't destroy me without destroying yourself," the twin whispered. "Then I won't destroy you," Trinity said. She stepped forward, blade lowered. The warlocks paused mid-charge, confused. Behind her, Reese appeared through the dust and gold light. The relics he carried floated above his shoulders, weaving into a radiant crown. The twin stepped back. "No." Trinity took Reese's hand. "You are my darkness," she said to her twin, "but I am your light. We were never meant to fight. We were meant to reunite." A gust of wind blew through the battlefield, and the twin fell to her knees, the shadows unraveling. Reese whispered, "It's time to end the cycle." In the aftermath, survivors gathered in the ruins of the sanctum. Warlocks and rebels sat together, uncertain but silent. The old ways were gone, the bindings, the laws, the fear, all undone by Trinity's stand. Reese stood beside her as she addressed the broken assembly. "The age of oracles is over," she said. "Not because we lost our magic, but because we found something greater. Memory, truth, unity." One warlock stood. "And what comes next?" Trinity looked to the horizon. Something new, but not without cost. That night, by a quiet fire, Reese and Trinity sat alone for the first time in weeks. No war, no visions, just the sound of wind and the crackle of flame. And for the first time he felt whole. Reese blinked. The warmth of the fire vanished. So did the ruins, the stars, the memory of Trinity beside him. He sat upright, heart hammering. The airport terminal buzzed around him. Sterile light, loudspeakers, the muffled hum of distant planes.
His coat clung to his skin with sweat. In his hand was a boarding pass, wrinkled and wet. He stared down at it. The name was correct, the destination too. He had never boarded the flight. Reese? He turned. Noah stood nearby, coffee in hand, eyes wide with concern. You okay? You were talking in your sleep, kept saying her name. Reese swallowed. How long was I out? 10 minutes. You dozed off after check-in. We're still waiting to board. 10 minutes, that was all. The war, the twin, the convergence. It had all happened inside his mind. Or had it? He looked at his hand. For a moment, he swore he saw it glow. Where are we going again? To Haven Ridge, Noah said. Where Caleb's trail went cold. You said that's where she might be. Reese nodded slowly, rising to his feet. She's still out there, he murmured. Reese was confused and dazed. His memories and mind tricked him yet again. Will this time he'll be able to really find Trinity? What is exactly happening to his mind? Is he stuck in a never-ending loop?
Hey, I am Trinity. Want to know what happens next? Then click the link in the description below and download the Pocket FM app and listen to the exciting episodes of Chosen by Fate, Rejected by the Alpha.
Pocket FM. To unlock all the episodes, click the link in bio.